2023. Here we are. This particular portion of the video is being shot very late on the first day of the new year. Very, very late, 11:38 late. And I just want to touch base and say, this first day, honestly, for what it was, is actually pretty good. I mean, of course, I did the New Year's live stream, pulled the all-nighter. I only got a couple hours of sleep. Went straight to my mom's side of the family, my grandma's house on my mom's side of the family to celebrate our late Christmas together with other family members as well. And I barely was able to kind of keep myself awake, but luckily I had some caffeine that just kind of kicked in and neutralized me, kind of stabilized me just a little bit, but it definitely got me woken up a little bit more once I moved around more and whatever else. And then I got back here and I did a brief stream, first one of 23, and it was very, very brief. Probably the shortest stream I've ever done in a while, which was probably about an hour and 20 minutes. I was that tired, and I didn't want to burn myself out any more than what I did previously with the 12 hours. So, but yeah, streaming on Twitch is honestly, ever since I got back on to streaming to Twitch, has really been very, I'd say, I think it was a very, very good decision to go back onto Twitch around this time. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm full on, abandoning YouTube and going straight to Twitch, but just because YouTube is where I originally came from. If I stop posting up videos on YouTube, then a part of me kind of just doesn't realize or really recognize where I originally came from, if that makes sense. So basically, I don't think about, where I originally started was YouTube, because that's at the very back of my mind. I just think, in the now, Twitch this, Twitch that, all that other beeswax. So, I'm still gonna stream on Twitch, of course, but most definitely gonna do the very best that I can to post content on this channel, which this is included as well. So, focusing in on the now, we got a lot to do this week. I have applied to a couple more jobs. I've even had a couple just kind of, suggested to me, so that way I can, log it, keep it in a notebook, or at least keep the said places under consideration. And I 2 weeks ago applied for a position at another grocery store, which is basically the same grocery store that I worked at, but it's a different location. And I am going to call them back tomorrow morning and see if they saw the application and what the status is on that application, and try to see if we can get something situated from there. So, and then from also at the very same time, I'm also going to make some time to at least do some stuff around the house with me and try to tidy up on this room. There's plenty of cans that do need to be returned, so I'm going to do that tomorrow night, later in the night, because there's barely anybody around. So, we've got plenty to do this week, and I I could sit here and just give you a briefing of what's going to happen, but you don't know unless you actually see. So let's get 2023 started off on the right foot, shall we?
My counseling office, and it's the first time of the year that we're touching base, see how things are doing, or things are going rather, and just talking about like what's currently stressing me out a little bit, because what's stressing me out is, you know, I've reached out to all these other places and so far I've heard nothing back. Part of it could be because I'm not, you know, reaching out to them saying, hey, you know, what's the application process look like? You know, I'm very interested in this job, like showing interest. Could be that too. But I recall the last couple of times that I've applied to other places, you know, I would apply, send the application back, and they would call me within a couple of days, and probably as long as a week, but not this time. I don't know what's going on, but oh well, it is what it is. But all right, I'm gonna go in, but I'll be back later.
So I got back from my counseling appointment, and you know, I just spewed the beans of, you know, pretty much everything that had happened the last 3 weeks and whatnot. So, but I also brought up that one of the big things that I have struggled with for a long time is procrastination and having problems remembering a lot of things and, you know, whatnot. So, I ended up taking a scales test to see if I possibly might have ADHD. And there's a chance that I might have ADHD. I might have gone this long without knowing that I could potentially have it. If this is the case, if it is 100% confirmed, once all the testing is wrapped up and done, that I might have ADHD. Well, yeah. So it's not discouraging to me. It is kind of course, knowing that there's that 50-50 chance. It is a little, of course, I wouldn't say mind-blowing. I would say it's more of just kind of like, wow. If this is true, I might have gone this long without knowing that I might have ADHD. So, I don't know. I do know that I have mild autism, which is mostly expressed through lots of anxiety and just my brain shutting down and all this other stuff that you know, mentally is not 100% right with me, if that makes sense. So you throw that in with possible ADHD, you know, that's definitely, that's kind of a barn burner. And I mean that figuratively for all the wrong reasons. Figuratively and all the wrong reasons. There we go. That's what I meant to say. But I'm also supposed to call the other place that I applied for back 2 weeks ago, and because I want to actually know where I stand with the whole application deal. So might as well make that call, shall we? So I ended up calling that other place back right after I ended off that clip, and basically the conversation in a nutshell went like, "Hi, this is such and such at this position. How can I help you?" And I was like, and I asked if there was any higher ups working, and they're like, "Nah." Well, I asked if that was the place where the higher ups were, or they didn't really say the position. Now that I think of it, but they said no, but I can direct you, but I can get somebody for you. And I let them know, hey, like I put in my application a couple weeks ago, and I was just wondering if you guys saw the if you guys saw the application or were reviewing it or whatever, see how that status was going. And they went, yeah, well, I'll be sure to get somebody for you. 1 second. And I went, yeah, thank you. And then they hung up. Never called and they never called me back. It's 4:19. They didn't call me back at all, which that's a little frustrating. But I don't know. They might call back tomorrow. I don't know. I'll have to, of course. I mean, tomorrow morning I'm going over, going with my mother to help because she graciously was willing to help me get rid of all the cans that were just laying around. So I might as well get another bag of cans prepared and ready. But yeah, that's kind of the current situation that's happening right now. There was another job that was suggested to me not that long ago. So I looked into it and I'm giving it some thought. But unless if I can't find any other option. I mean, there's also Amazon, which Naya suggested to me probably about a couple of weeks ago, and I was wanting to look into to positions over there. Well, whatever they had over there, but last I heard, there was nothing over there happening right now. There's no positions that I heard that were open. I don't know. There's this hunt for a job, I've never had so much stress. I mean, at least in today's day and age where jobs are now just incredibly scarce, and all of a sudden people just suddenly want to work again. So, or suddenly feel, well, they got no choice, they gotta work. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna do everything that I can to try to at least get something secured so that we can have more income flowing into my bank account. But until then, I'm still looking. Still looking. I really don't know what to kind of say right now. So you remember literally just probably about a couple minutes ago in the video where I said that, you know, the other place that I applied at, you know, I called them and they said they would get a hold of me. Well, we'll try to get somebody my way. Yeah, so that was about a couple hours later, about 4 hours later. And I have a job interview tomorrow at 9 in the morning. You know, to be quite honest, that's exciting. That's exciting, and I honestly don't know what to really say, but you know, I've got a good feeling about this. I've got a really good feeling. I mean, this is probably the most excited I've ever been, at least for a job interview, because I've been scraping at the bottom of the barrel with my finances for a little while now. And, you know, I have, now that I know that I've got a job interview tomorrow at 9,
I got a chance. I have a chance. And, you know, this is very big news for me. So, just gonna go into the interview tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that this job interview goes smooth and hopefully something good comes out of this. This is one thing that I have been working towards. Well, that I've been trying to nab for so long. Job interview, and fingers crossed that I actually do get this. I'm really hoping that I do. So let's go in and hit this one out of the park, shall we? Well, unfortunately, the stocking position, which is listed as night stock, would actually be done during the night. That's honestly something I'm not interested in. So I thought they had some morning positions, but they don't. That's frustrating. But the road to continue on, of course, I mean, to continue job searching, there is still other opportunities out there. So we'll keep looking. We'll just keep looking.